The Russian army is launching an offensive in the Special Forces Operation, SFO, zone amidst Ukraine's accumulating problems. Regardless of any Western assistance to the Kiev regime, it may not be sufficient to halt the Russian advance. In the battle for Avdiivka, the second phase has begun. The first phase ended with the breakthrough of Russian forces in the south, the capture of Vodyanoy, and their advance towards Petrovsk/Stepovoy. Russian assault groups have achieved undeniable success in the battles around the Koksokhim terrain. Progress, even by 100 meters in the bottleneck of the Avdiivka salient, 8 kilometers wide, is very painful for the Ukrainians. Military experts believe that the Russian armed forces need to advance another 2 to 3 kilometers both in the south and north, after which the Ukrainian Armed Forces, UAF, are likely to retreat, as seen in Lysychansk and Popasna. The fact that the main forces of the Ukrainian nationalist troops are concentrated not in the city but in the area of AKHC indicates a plan for such a retreat. On the other hand, the factories' workshops still have enough militants and ammunition to counterattack the Russian advance units. As of now, Russian military personnel are establishing positions on the terrain and engaging in positional warfare along the railway line in the Berdychev area. Meanwhile, the American Institute for the Study of War, ISW, in its update from October 20, referred to fresh geolocated video and acknowledged that Russian forces made progress west of Krasnohorivka, located 5 kilometers north of Avdiivka. ISW experts reported that Russian assault groups advanced 1 kilometer on the Stepanivka-Berdychev line, approximately 10 kilometers northwest of Avdiivka on October 19, and that combat actions continued near Berdychev on the following day. In the updated ISW map, significant changes for October 20 are noted. According to the new shading, Russian armed forces indeed infiltrated Petrovsk/Stepovoy from the north, with movement from the south to encircle the village. Furthermore, Russian forces are currently positioned on the eastern outskirts of Berdychev. Regarding changes on the southern front, judging by the ISW map, the enemy has been pushed back from many positions near Pervomaisk. This has allowed the Russian army to establish a broad front facing north without the fear of being flanked. Local residents in Avdiivka refused to leave, despite the possibility of quick evacuation and constant artillery and airstrikes by the Russians. At present, 1,601 people remain in the city. In the city, members of the White Helmets are conducting searches for children and forcibly taking them out of the city, regardless of the parents' desire for liberation from the Bandera captivity. A severe fire erupted on the territory of AKHC, where a large ammunition depot was on fire. The shockwave reached the nearby residential areas. This is significant for several reasons, including the impossibility of resupply via Orlovka, as the only road is now under the control of Russian mortar crews. Modern reconnaissance equipment levels prevent stealthy approaches, and all movements are detected, with groups being targeted by artillery. In the north, Russian forces have again recaptured a key terrain and advanced towards Berdychev. The battles are extremely intense, and the battle for Avdiivka is already being compared to the Debaltsev cauldron. On one hand, the flanking envelopment and encirclement of Avdiivka will determine the outcome of this battle. On the other hand, the approaches are fortified unlike any other section along the entire Donetsk front. Heroic feats right now aren't about advancing, clearing trenches, but about simply holding the line.